Missouri Western football back in the big dance, and the rival team up north awaits the party. Hello and welcome once again to Griffin Sports Insider. Along with Brett Easley, I'm Ryan Menley, and a history-making date for Griffin football.
That's right, Ryan. Western football in the playoffs for the second time in school history, and they won't have to go far for the first-round game.
More on Western Northwest Part 2 in just a moment, but first we see how Western locked up its playoff spot, a regular season finale beatdown of Fort Hays State. High fives and hugs at Spratt Stadium Saturday, Senior Day, as the Griffins host Fort Hays State. This one started with the proverbial bang. Opening kickoff, TJ Fannin gets some good blocking, and goodbye.
If you're going to ask me about the kickoff return, you probably need the 10 guys that blocked for me in there, because that was the easiest thing I've ever done, really. The hardest thing was running against the wind.
100 yards for the score. Western's first kickoff return for a touchdown since 2005, and it's 7-0 just like that. Hayes gets the ball, gives it right back. Mike Garrison picked off by Kendall Davis, his first of 2 interceptions on the day. That leads to this, Thomas Hodges' 1-yard touchdown run. 14-0 Griffs after under 3 minutes. Western would score 28 first quarter points. They do it a lot of different ways. Ben Peaster will force the fumble. Nick Burrell gets it and then finds end zone gold. The Griffins take a 28-0 lead after 1. And it's cruise control from there. Second quarter, Newhart hooks up with Andrew Mead. A 52-yard scoring strike. It's now 35-0. Just before half, senior Brad Beckwith, already the owner of the longest field goal in Missouri Western history, trying to break his own school record with this 56-yarder, and it is money. Griffs take a 38-7 lead to the break. Third quarter, more offense. Newhart to Fannin. Touchdown. Newhart, already the school's all-time career passing leader. He's now the school's all-time completions leader. The Griffin D was all over the place. Defensive end David Bass, 2 sacks and 1 interception on the day. The Griffins forced 5 turnovers, and they roll to a 48-21 win. Western finishes a perfect 5-0 at home, 8-3 on the season, and now they wait to see if it's good enough for the program's second ever NCAA playoff berth. About 10 minutes before you find out, I guess, what's going through your mind?
It's exciting. I mean, just seeing all these people out here, it's an exciting feeling. Hopefully we get in.
We knew if we won out and beat some good football teams, we were going to give ourselves a good opportunity to get a playoff bid. And it's kind of nerve-wracking, but at the same time, we feel like we've done our job, and hopefully everybody on the committee does too.
Satisfaction, gratitude, I mean, just everything combined. We put ourselves in a position to get this really good break, and hey, that's all you can ask for. Now we're in, and we got to be road warriors.
Up there, the biggest thing we can do is just get into the playoffs, because then anything can happen.
Just let us in. It's like when the Yankees were up 3-0 and Boston said, get us to Game 7 and anything can happen. Just get us in the playoffs, anything can happen. So.
Play at Northwest Missouri State, and so it's like a mulligan. I talked about it on one of the interviews just a minute ago. I said, here we are. It's like teeing off, and you hit one on the out of bounds, and you got to hit it again. But you know what? Just because you get hit again doesn't mean the wind's lessened anymore. We got a stiff wind right in our face, and that's Northwest Missouri. So hopefully, go play a lot better than we did last time. That's for sure.
We just gonna try to play with confidence this time. I don't think we played like we believed we was gonna win. We're gonna try to fix that this week. Honestly, that's who I want to play. The road to the national championship goes through them because they have it right now.
I mean, we have nothing to lose. We need to go out and just give everything we have like there's no tomorrow, because everybody already probably has us written off after what happened in Maryville last time we played. So we just need to go out, have fun, not worry about making mistakes, not worried about the little things, just go do what we have been the past couple of weeks to finish to put us in this position.
What's up, dude?
Joined now by head coach Jerry Partridge. We'll talk Northwest more in a moment, but first, an emotional weekend. You're in the playoffs. You finished strong.
Yeah, I think I'm real pleased how we played those last 3 games, and where the emotion was in Joplin, and I think that was a very tough day. And Sitting there, where are we going to go from here? I think a lot of people had us totally counted out. Thank goodness we didn't. Our team and our players and our coaches, and we battled and played really well over the last 3 weeks, and here we are.
We talked on last week's show. Obviously, we'd been in that situation before, winning in the playoffs, possibly play a home game, and obviously we know how those games have turned out. But bam, right away, TJ Fannin returns the opening kickoff. Things kind of spiraled from there. We scored 28 first quarter points, but I guess my question is do you feel like now you've got a monkey off your back a little bit?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I felt the monkey. There's no question. It was a gorilla. We've been 8-3 a lot of times in my time here, and we've never made the playoffs with that 8-3. And every year there's an 8-3, and it just happened to be our time that we finally got in.
And your thoughts when you saw it flash up there and it said Missouri State? Did you think that was Midwestern State? I mean, what were your thoughts?
Well, that's why we didn't get. That's why we didn't get the reaction.
The Bears got in.
Somebody need to call Terry Allen and tell them they're in. But that's disappointing that they wouldn't be a little bit more detailed than that. But I had an inkling we were in.
Before we talk about the playoffs, let's just talk about the season your kids had. 10 all-conference selections, 2 first-teamers in Sean Whiters and Jack Long, 2 on defense.
Well, first of all, Sean. I think Sean should have been first team several years now, and and it's like I told the group of coaches that this is a 4-year starter, a 3-year starter. He's been a 3-year captain. He's a 5th-year senior. This is a deserving player. This is our MVP, honestly, on defense. Without Sean, we're in trouble. He was one of the main guys for these last 3 weeks that really stepped up and showed great leadership. I'm pleased with Jack Long. Jack Long, I wouldn't count on first team all conference, no, but we knew Jack's been a tremendous special teams player for a couple of years. He tackled well enough to be put in that pantheon of our best free safeties. I mean, it's Pierre Thomas, it's J.R. Graham. Jack Long's right there. I mean, he didn't really ball hawk like Pierre did, but as far as just being a rock back there, knowing he could erase, that was a huge thing for us. And Jack played. It was recognized by the coaches. We walk out with 2 first-teamers, but we got a playoff bid. And some of those people had 2 first-teamers and 3 first-teamers. They don't have a playoff bid. So I think every one of our kids would take that.
As you said, you're in the playoffs, and we'll talk about that big date in Maryville when GSI comes back.